All right, starting another one. Okay, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to look at what are the core principles for men to lead their relationships. And so I've researched this from a few different sources. So obviously, Dr. Rob Glover is a new person. GS Youngblood. Not too familiar with them, but they did an interview with Robert Glover, where a lot of stuff came from it. It's brilliant stuff. I suggest you watch. I might link it up here. I think I'll link it up here for you. Um, Connor Beaton from Man Talks, another exceptional man in the same field. Richard Cooper from Unplugged Alpha. Um, he's also got a lot of good stuff. So essentially, so what are the core principles for men to lead in their relationships? So I want my wife to willingly follow my leadership, and to become open to me, right? To build a strong foundation of trust between us. Because this sounds like a thriving relationship to me, right? A relationship where don't necessarily have to, you know, open with each other. We have the foundation of trust. I can trust her, thriving. I She trusts me to take the lead. I mean, that's great. So, most of us today don't have a relationship built on trust, on true trust, uh, or even a relationship where men are leading the relationship. Most men don't have that today, myself included. I mean, I'm building this up myself as we go along. I've given, as a nice guy, I gave away the leadership for a very long time in our relationship. So now, obviously, I got to show. But we'll get into that. I've got to build this all up myself. So, why don't men have these relationships? Essentially, it's because in this era, I believe, we are not leading our own lives, right? We have, like, for myself, is 100% in this as well. We have no clarity in life, no direction. We just go with the flow, in my opinion, like letting society and others, school, tell us what to do, or parents or whatever, what to think. And something you have to ask yourself is, like, truly ask yourself and sit with it, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it hurts. Are you worth following? Are you even worth following? Do you even know where you're going in life? Do you have a direction that you're going, a goal that you're heading to, or you're just plodding along, right? So, like, we are overly sensitive in modern times. I think men are overly sensitive. Whether it's from the toxic shame, um, the nice guy toxic shame, or the conditioning of my mind or your mind, right? But in my mind, the conditioning of my mind is I always react to the situation, or to something, or something someone says, and I take what they say and I internalize and I blow up, right? I'm too sensitive. I blow up. They're hit a bit too close to home, and then I blow up, right? So you take it and you blow up and you make it personal, and that's not a good thing to do. You shouldn't take things personal. So yeah, and another topic is, women actually crave for men to take the lead. They might not admit it, but that is something they actually want deep down. Um, Women are craving for men to lead in today's world. My wife said the same thing. Our wife's friends have all also said the same thing. Like, that is the main quality they look for in the guy when they start meeting guys. What they look like, can he lead? So yeah, so like, in my relationship, she wants me to take the lead. She is, but she hasn't said this, but she is scared to follow my lead at the moment. Why? Because I'm not competent enough to lead. I've given it up. I've showed her, yeah, I've dropped the ball so many times that she's moved into her own masculine frame, more and more. And well, now I have to get my masculine frame back and start leading the relationship again, which is easier said than done. So I did some research and I found mostly the same fundamentals through the different sources as I mentioned earlier, from Dr. Glover, G.S. Youngblood, Connor Beaton, Rick from Man Talks, Richard Cooper from Unplugged Alpha. And these are like essentially the core things you need, or core fundamentals you need to start leading your relationship again. So number one is structure, right? The first step is to provide structure. And so start with yourself. How can you expect anyone else to follow you if you cannot even follow yourself? Or if you even don't know where you're going, right? So you have to be more competent than she is, than your wife or your LTR. So, for example, do you have routines in place? Do you have a workout? Do you have clear goals? Are you going towards, or do you have a plan to get where you want to go or to get to that goal? And then the main thing here is with the structure. The main one is, do you stick to your routines, your commitments, or whatever you said you are going to do, right? If you said you are going to take out the trash, take out the trash. I'm guilty of this too. I've said it countless times. Oh yeah, I'm gonna take out the trash, and then I forget it, and then yeah. So if you say you are going to do something, do it. Your word is your bond. Do it. Every time you break that commitment or what you said you're going to do, not only are you showing to her that you're not competent and you're not trustworthy, but you're showing yourself, hey, I'm not trustworthy. I don't need to follow my own stuff, right? The second thing that you're going to need is, or the second fundamental is, respond, do not react. And I mentioned earlier is that men are sensitive now. We are very sensitive. So like when my wife says something that's a bit too close to home, I react, I explode, and this ultimately, I forgot to mention someone, sorry, I just remembered it. Ryan Mickler from Order of Man. He also got some great resources on this. But so like from here, it's like reacting undermines your leadership, and it hurts your leadership, right? It hurts you and it hurts your leadership. So, and another thing that happens is when you react, your wife will start to close herself off from you. Because think about it, like, why would I go talk to people or to you or to someone else if each time I bring up something, you explode and you overreact and just tell me to go eat poop, right? I would rather than not talk to you at all. I will just keep it to myself. So rather than reacting, what we should do is ground ourselves. Remember, I said this it's easier said than done, but you got to ground yourself, breathe, then respond. Create a place where she feels safe to talk to you um, about her emotions or about her problems. She wants you essentially to be her rock. She wants you to, or she wants to know that no matter what happens or what she brings to you, that even if the world is against you and her or whatever, that you are sturdy and that you have it all handled, right? That you've got it all handled, everything's under control, don't have to worry about it, right? So then this starts to create trust. So once you have this down, you stop reacting and you start just responding properly, not overreacting or whatever, then this starts to create trust, which then flows into the next one, right? So the next frame or the next fundamental that you need is to provide safety, right? You have to provide safety. So all three fundamentals go hand in hand, right? Number one leads into number two. Number two leads into number three. With the structure, and being able to respond, then comes the safety. does she feel safe? Now, I'm not just talking about physically. Does she like that? Does she know you have the financial side down? Are your financials okay, taken care of? Does she have to worry about that? Again, the direction of your lives is, together is handled. You've got your plan. You know where you're going. You've got your mission, right? She doesn't need to worry about like, oh, what is he doing? Is he up here doing this thing? Then he swaps to this thing, and then he goes to this thing. Or what shiny object syndrome, right? She wants to know you've got everything handled. You've got your life together. She doesn't have to worry about nothing, right? And this creates a trust, which then, as I said, which then keeps on building. Once once you've got the financial side down, she can be relieved there. Then you've got, does she feel physically safe as well, right? It's like, if anything were to happen, would you be able to protect her and keep the kids safe if you have kids? Does she feel safe enough that she can come with you with any problem and you will be her rock and her guiding star, right? Like, does she feel safe? So not just physically, not just financially, and not just emotionally. In all, can she, in all areas, does she have you got it handled, right? So yeah, if you can get these fundamentals handled, you'll find that your wife or LTL will start to open up. She will start responding to you, whether that is sexually or in everyday life. That spark starts up again. Life gain. Plus, another benefit is your life gains clarity, and she'll start trusting you. You'll be able to lead, and she'll start doing all these things that you, or men, we actually love, which is the feminine side. You'll become decisive, which is another thing women really like, is really love, is men that are decisive. So let's just recap the three fundamentals. Oh wait, sorry, before we recap, um, just a little caveat, just a note. She will challenge your leadership. I think Richard Cooper calls it a shit test, and I think there's other people that call it as well. But it's a shit test, right? So they will um, test your leadership. See, are you willing, or your boundaries, should I say? Are you willing to stay by what you said, do what you said you're gonna do, etc. Right? They're gonna test it. So just expect that. Keep it in and put it into number 2, which is respond, do not react. Right? Keep your frame, and there you go. So let's recap. 3 fundamentals are structure. So get clear on what you want and where you're going in life and your routines, and stick to it. Follow through with what you say you're going to do. The next one is respond, do not react. Don't explode when she says something that hurts or triggers that toxic shame as the nice guys. Something that's a bit too true, that hitting too close to home. Your automatic response or reaction is to explode. Respond, do not react. And provide safety. This is emotional, physical, financial, every way there is, right? Be that safety net. Start fighting, learn how to fight, learn how to defend, learn whatever. So yeah, so that's that for this one. I think that was pretty good. As I say, I'm building this out in my own life as I'm going along now, because I have given up leadership for a very long time. Yeah, let me know down below if you guys agree, disagree. Anyone here trying to build their own leadership in their relationships? Let me know down below, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.